Today we're going to be playing all of the cards that would be sucked up by Macho's giant magnet in Despicable Me 2. So we're going to be playing all of the metal cards. And Mega Knight is a card that I have never played in any deck because I don't like the card. I kind of have a hatred against the card. So I've never actually, I don't think I haven't won a single game with it because I haven't played it at all. And I think I'm still a bit scarred from mid-ladder, where every player in the game was using it, especially because I played Expo. So I would usually play an Expo, and then they would just plop a Mega Knight at the bridge, and then take my Expo, and then take my tower. So I didn't want to be the guy that played it, but it is an all-metal card, and so it does fit the deck that we are building today. There's not a whole lot of variety here. There's a lot of just heavy-hitting single-unit cards, so hopefully we can get a win today. And one of the thoughts I had is that life is not going to be fair for anybody, and it's going to be pretty frustrating at times because the amount of work that you put in, your work ethic, your morals, the amount that you contribute to society, all of that isn't necessarily, that doesn't always equate to your success in life, because there are going to be people that work less hard than you, that are more corrupt than you, that are more lazy than you, and they're going to be a lot more successful in life, and it's a frustrating thing to see. And I think this came to mind when I saw, I think, a news article of some sort. I don't know if it was a recommended news story or just something that came up on my feed somewhere, but I clicked on the article to read it because the article was something like, it was like, OnlyFans model makes as much as professional athletes or something like that. I was like, seriously? So I clicked on it and I read it, and it's true. Apparently some of the, I guess, the highest earning OnlyFans models make as much as some professional athletes, like the highest paid professional athletes in the NBA, which is crazy because they already make a ton of money. They make millions of dollars a year, but the difference there is that at least that requires a lot of work. At least that requires years of training in basketball, hours of training per day, watching your diet, making sure that you're in peak form, training with a team. Like, it requires a ton of work. And being an OnlyFans, you sell your body online to people that are willing to pay to see that, which you might say, oh, it still requires training and work to keep your body in good shape, but sometimes they don't even do that. Sometimes they have plastic surgery or something to artificially alter their body, and so they're putting in minimal work and getting paid millions of dollars, and they're benefiting society zero, and actually less than zero, because they're putting out content that is addicting and that just kind of sucks people in, starts unhealthy habits at a young age. So it's just frustrating to see that some people are so successful, and their work ethic and their morals and all of that is just so much less than you. And then there's people out there that are struggling to feed their family. They have maybe a couple jobs and they're just living paycheck to paycheck, even though they're working hard. They have good morals, they're trying to provide for their family. And some of these models that work and benefit people almost none are making more in a day than some people will make in an entire year. And it's just crazy, the numbers, because I think it was like $45 million a year, which, if this video has been going on for 5 minutes, they make like $90 a minute every single day of the year, which is what, almost $500 in the duration of this video by doing what? By selling themselves online and putting in minimal work and making society a worse place. Like, what? It's hard to see. It's frustrating to see. But one of the things that might bring some comfort, and that should bring some comfort, is that I think we just have to trust that justice is going to be worked out in the end. Maybe justice isn't going to come in this life. Maybe it'll look like they're doing great. Maybe they'll have a lot of worldly possessions and they'll have a lot of fame and it'll look like they're doing really well. But I think we just have to trust that maybe if it's in the next life, eventually they'll get the justice that they deserve, and the people that are working hard and doing their best in this life will maybe get what they deserve then. Maybe they'll be... Also, I apologize if there's a bunch of airplane noise. There's been jets flying around all morning. I think there must be some kind of training going on because they're just flying back and forth. But anyway, that's something that brings some comfort, that we just have to trust that justice will be served eventually. Same case with people that commit other crimes. Maybe somebody commits murder or robbery and gets away with it, and maybe they're not served justice in this life, but I believe pretty strongly in life after death, so at least we can hope and trust that justice will be served then. That's just a thought I had, because it is frustrating to see when you're working hard, when you're doing your best, and that work and effort doesn't always equate to success in this world. But it certainly does help. That's not to say that you should just give up and not try because some people are dealt a better hand than you. It's not to say that, but it is to say that it certainly helps. Some people are born into families or born into homes that have generational wealth, and they have to do no work, and they're already worth millions. So that's just something that's difficult to see sometimes, but just have to trust. As long as you're doing your best, then we just have to trust that things will be worked out in the end. Let's see if maybe we can win this game. It's not looking good so far, but let's try to focus for a second. I guess we'll try to build up something in the back. We've already activated king, so I guess we'll just knight to kill this, and then I guess we'll dark prince here for some splash. Mega Knight in front. Hopefully all these hard-hitting cards can do something. We'll just try to mini P.E.K.K.A. to kill this quicker. Okay, I don't think we'll even have time to win. Well, at least we gave it a shot. Anyway, that's something to think about as you go about your day. Don't necessarily be frustrated when you look at other people that have a lot more success than you, because just trust that things are going to be worked out eventually. And as long as you're honestly doing your best, as long as you're working hard, even if you may not see the success immediately, it'll come eventually. So hope you all have a wonderful day today, and I'll see you in the next video.